So we're going to continue on here. And so basically that video was really good and showing you all you had to do was basically share the water and look for people to duplicate that. So we need to get a mentor or coach, someone that can help us do this in the beginning. So I have many. Just like a piano player, basketball player, football, they need coaches to teach them. And you need to be teachable and coachable. I am. So we need team duplication. Let's see here. Only 1% are making an average of $400 a month in multi-level marketing. So I think I have one more video. Joseph, can you help me with that one or no? Or I was going to do the Genesis library. Is that right?
Yes. All we want to look at now is how does this Genesis library complement?
I think I got it. I think I got it. So that's okay. So yes, let's see if we can do screen share. So hopefully you can all see this. This is a Genesis library, and it talks about different levels you can join at. There's a $100 level, which gets you started with how to do internet marketing in an hour a day, email secrets, big business blueprint, several different things. There's 4 levels of this. You can go up to the 250, which this is one of my favorites, a big ticket machine. That's what we're talking about here with Enagic. It's like he mentioned, a $4,900 machine, which is a big ticket. This gives you blueprints of how to make that work. Then we go up to the G500, which all of these have the 100 goes on to the 500. Everything's in there and then some. So we're going to go all the way up to what I joined, which is a G1000 here. And it goes into all different kinds of things. And we're going to show you some of the legends in this. And these are different people who are 7-figure earners and more. And Enagic is new to this. So we're going to have some of your faces on here soon giving your testimonies. So I think that's that. Let me stop this. And anything else you want to say, Joseph? Or
can you just mute us all for a second, just so we can?
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of background.
Okay, everybody's unmuted but you.
Okay, great. I thought it would be nice. This was sort of our maiden voyage on getting this platform up and running. So I thought you did a really amazing, awesome way to handle it, Greg. Really, thank you. And it was amazing. Had an opportunity to, just get us to understand that moving forward into 2018, 2019, 2020, this is what's so amazing about Enagic. I thought since we have Bob on here, Bob Gridelli might kind of give us a little bit of, inside history where you see Enagic going, where you would like to see how this platform could really be a vehicle to make it easier for many new people to get on board and to start duplicating. So maybe unmute Bob.
Am I unmuted?
You're unmuted, Bob.
All right. How you guys doing out there today?
Thumbs up.
Sorry, guys.
So good.
This is what happens when you have work from home with kids.
Amen.
Okay? So, we started Enagic about 11 and a half years ago, April of 07. And as a consumer, and of course, when the water gets in people notice a difference. And just like everybody out there, we started sharing our results. I noticed more energy, sleeping better, lost 10 pounds in 4 weeks, no more swelling with my knees. Haven't had a problem with my knees in 11 and a half years. So how do you not tell that to people? So we started doing that 11 and a half years ago, and we just started changing people's lives and helping so many people. And now it's spread to tens of thousands. I don't know how many people are on our team now. And we have a team spreading around the world that does about 1,500 sales a month right now. So I don't share that to impress anybody, but to impress upon anybody that's on the line that anything is possible. And we had no idea this would ever happen. We were just going to become a consumer of the Enagic SD501, and now we have a K8 and 3 Anestas, and a platinum machine, and our house is loaded with Enagic products. But the most important thing is it's helping to change so many people's lives. And we did that, I'll say, the old-fashioned way. Okay, and that was face-to-face, in-home presentations. You know, for the first couple of years, we were working like crazy. And, you know, as Dr. Dave and I would say, we were working from 8 in the morning till faint at night. This is pre-children for me, pre-wife, family, kids. And so I was single and could do that, right? And so, you know, and so I was all over the place for the first couple of years, and we built an enormous team by doing that all-out massive action. And but today, what I see, so imagine 11 years ago, the only tool that we had 11 years ago was one DVD. That was it, you guys. Just think, there was no Facebook, there was no social media, there was none of the tools that are out there today. And the reason I'm sharing this, because you guys want to know where I see the future going. Enagic celebrated recently that they had the number 1 millionth person got involved. They recently celebrated number 1 million. And so what I believe, because of social media and what you guys are like creating here, a way for people to learn the online business, right? And it's something we need to, you know, we're starting to learn it ourselves a little bit, but we need tools to master this part of the business. And because no matter how you meet someone, whether it's face-to-face or online, you know, you still have to make a friend, you know, build relationships, but at least online you can meet thousands of people much faster. And already Enagic, from what I understand from Gary Gann, and having the Enagic global meeting in Malaysia a few months ago, they've already jumped from 1 million to 1,200,000 in less than a year. So it already shows you that social media is truly starting to expand. So what I was saying was, did I lose you guys at when I was talking about Enagic being at number 1 million?
Yeah, we didn't hear that.
You guys heard that? So in Malaysia, recently had a global 6A meeting with Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro, and I was on with Gary Gann about a week ago, one of the top distributors over in Malaysia. And so they made it, you know, in Singapore last year, they made a big deal out of the number 1 millionth person to get involved in the company. Wow. And that person was from Tokyo. And so, because of social media and what you guys are doing, you know, systems that can educate people about how to build this business online, we can expose much faster the message of true health globally. And that's already starting to show, because what I heard from Gary Gann is that the company already grew from 1 million to 1,200,000 people. So those 200,000 people came in the last year alone. So that's already almost 1/4, right, of what the company did before getting to 1 million people in, you know, 3 decades or whatever it was. So that's already, we're starting to see proof and evidence of what's happening. So where I believe Enagic is going is, you know, I already figured by the end of 2020 we would be doubling that 1 million to 2 million. Now, based on hearing those numbers, I think we're going to do more than, maybe we'll hit 3 million by the end of 2020 at the rate things are going. And I'll just share one last thing with you guys is, I don't know if anybody saw a video I posted a couple months ago when I was doing an event in Texas, and I met a guy by the name of Ron Hicks, who's CEO of a company called Herd X. Did anyone see that video? No? So anyways, I met him and he shared with me some amazing things they're doing. So Ron is a multi-millionaire, and he invents medical devices and other things. So he invented his project he's working on now is reducing the antibiotic load in cattle. And the governor of Texas actually came to him to try to help to solve this problem. And so Ron likes solving problems, so he invented a device that goes on the cattle's ears, that tracks their every movement and tracks their health and their vitals. And so they're doing this with cattle in the US, cattle in New Zealand, and cattle in different parts of the world. And what Ron told me and shared with that in that video that I took of him that I posted is that starting February of next year of 2019, they're going to start coming out with some scientific studies. They're going to come out with 5 studies next year as to what Kangen water is doing to improve the health of cattle, and they're now the cattle are producing more calves also. So there's some amazing studies coming out based on, and there's 2 really big companies that are involved in these studies that everybody knows their names, which I can't say right now until Ron releases that information. But he basically said we're going to be able to use those studies. And he said, once people read these studies, everyone's going to want to know where to buy one of our units everywhere in the world.
Wow.
And even though this is in cattle, he said, people understand if it's helping cattle, it's going to help the people, right? So you guys can go to his website. It's called herdx.com. You'll kind of see a little bit about what he's talking about. They don't say Kangen water on his website. He said it won't be revealed that they're using Kangen water until the scientific studies are published. And so, but that's going to start next year. So I was always wondering, we hear about the bell curve, right, of companies going through the bell curve of going into the momentum phase. And I've always wondered, exactly when I thought we were going to hit that curve where things just take off. And now I believe I have a time frame in my own mind that I'm already starting to see it based on social media. But when things like outside sources like Ron Hicks from HerdX are using our water and publishing studies that we're going to be able to use, I believe going into 2019 and 2020, which is, that's going to be a big year. I believe that Enagic is going to go through that bell curve, that phase of momentum that everybody talks about. So I'm telling people now that get into the company, whether you've been here a while, whether you're just getting started, that it's kind of like a surfer catching a wave, right? When do you start paddling to catch the wave?
Before it starts.
Exactly. Before the wave gets here. So I'm telling people to get in like crazy, paddle like crazy. The wave is coming, and you got to build as big a team as possible, when that wave hits, because even like through next year when those studies come out, you'll be able to take advantage of that and, and build your team like crazy. And, whoever has the biggest team, however many people you get on your team in between now and next year in 2020, your business will skyrocket. So that's where I believe Enagic is going. We're going to, I think, triple the amount of people from 1 million to 3 million by the end of 2020. And you guys can be a big part of that based on what I see. I'm just for the first time, getting on one of your webinars here and seeing what you guys are doing. And I'll take a look at the other site that Anthony gave me, and take a look, because I need to learn the social media game myself. And so I know, we utilize what's working in our business. We built a massive business person to person, face to face. We still continue to do that, but we add in the tools as they come along, and social media is the big tool to help us all expand this message of true health around the world. So I just want to congratulate all of you guys on there from wherever you're at in the world, that we're in the right place at the right time with the right company and utilizing the right tools.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bob.
Good to have you here. Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Sam, did you want to say something?
Yeah, Bob, I wanted to ask you a question regarding
Yes.
regarding mindset. And originally when Joseph approached me with this technology, I was really looking at how do we get all the 1As and 2As and 3As to become 4As, because once they hit 4A, I think what is it, like 90 something percentile, that they'll become a 6A, right? And so I was looking at this tool as a way to share the mindset, because mindset is what is shared at a lot of these large conventions. I just came back from See Hot Top's event over in Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii. We almost went to Hawaii.
Yeah, next year you got to be there.
Yeah.
So I know that the cost of going to some of these events, I think Las Vegas was probably $1,000 weekend for most people.
Sure.
And for a 1A or 2A, especially if they're millennials, when they're just starting out, that could be a pretty high barrier for them to, especially when they just invested $4,000 or $5,000 already. And so this platform really showed me the power of reaching across lines and reaching across states and countries and developing a place where you can meet, even if there's a blizzard outside.
Sure.
No,
I agree.
And then we can get 1As and 2As, that mindset early on the game, because you're supposed to come to meetings. You're supposed to attend, a lot of things in person. But, some people are just locked because they're already working 2 jobs or they're stay-at-home mom. So we have to come up with tools that can basically, they can plug in from anywhere in the world,
Sure. I think it's great. I think it's absolutely great because then people have no excuse, right?
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if they have a blizzard going on, they can get on, they can invite people to an online presentation, they can get involved with the online meetings, trainings, and you're right from the comfort of their home, no matter where they're at in the world, now they can connect with people of like mindset that will help them to, expand their mindset and build the business.
Exactly.
I think that's great. Me personally, right, we haven't used anything like this to build our business so far, and we have a massive team. And so, I'm looking forward to doing a lot more stuff online myself.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I really appreciate your, giving, checking us out and hopefully leveraging us to pass the message. And I know that you've been instrumental. You've been a huge inspiration for a lot of us here. And because every time we hear you speak, and it goes true for all the other leaders too, it's very inspiring. And I was thinking about, wow, these big meetings that we go to, they should be packed out. If we have 1 million distributors already, how come we're not filling a stadium?
My Wi-Fi.
And so that's why having something like this, and it'll spread naturally, right? Because people can just click on the link and they can join from their smartphone.
Sure. And the more people you build doing this and build the bigger groups, the more people will show up at the events as they come around.
Yeah. So true. Joseph or Greg or anyone else, you guys got any other questions for Bob?
I just want to thank him for being on here and being open to this. And like Bob said, I haven't tried until I learned this, any kind of online marketing or whatnot. And we all know of some of the distributors out there, one of them in particular, Brandon Teeger, that's how he grew to be a millionaire in less than a year, basically, and be all over the world. So he did it through social media, and this is the tool to help each and every one of you doing Enagic, or this even goes beyond. If you have friends and family that do any other business, can use this same library to grow that business as well. It could be a shoe store, toy store, a different multi-level marketing company, a direct sales company. So I'm excited to be a part of it. And thanks again, everybody, for being here. This is my
Robert,
first one.
What happened to KangenDemo.com, man?
KangenDemo.com, you can still utilize that, but it's incorporated into EWS, Enagic Web System. And
that's what got me to 6A right there, is you.
Oh yeah, KangenDemo.com.
Of course, man.
You're welcome. Put me to work.
Yes, sir.
So you can just go through EWS and get that. I think it's now in people even can get, I think, the free site. You can still utilize that, but you get it linked to your own site. And I think you can even get it for free, and they got some other options. So I know in the back office, what they did with KangenDemo.com is now you have the option to use my demo from that, or Ashley Strand, the 10-minute demonstration. which I like. I have TrueHealth2020.com and TrueHealth2020.org. I have Ashley Strand on that site.
Oh, nice. That's
So
cool.
I know you can flip it back and forth. You can either use her demo or my demo. So they didn't take it down. They just moved it into where you had to hook up on EWS site.
Yeah.
So which is better because it actually links to you even on the free site.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
You know, so it looks more professional, and so you just get it that way.
Yeah, man. Right on, boss.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, Joseph and I and Greg and a lot of folks on here, we do get a lot of value from some of the legends speeches from the other legends that Greg had shown earlier. And so our goal was to get some of the Enagic legends such as yourself to give a keynote 15, 20 minute on how you got inspired, how you build your business. And we could record that and share that with people to get them a little bit of the mindset, because when we go to big events like Vegas or a national convention, you get fired up, and then a lot of times you have to go back every 6 months or at least once a year to get fired up again.
Sure.
It's very interesting to have an interview with you or with other leaders within Enagic that can be accessed 24/7. Like today, I feel like listening to Cynthia Brigatti, or listening to Bob, or listening to someone else, and it would be there in the library. So what are your thoughts on having something like that?
I think we're almost done, honey. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Okay, fantastic. So I'll have Joseph schedule an interview or something for you, and then hopefully we can get more leaders involved, because you guys deliver so much value and so much content for the rest of the team, and we take a lot of inspiration from that.
Amen.
Anything we can do to help. It's all, as far as we're concerned, it's all Team Enagic.
Yes, exactly.
The more we help everybody, the more the company grows.
Yep. The bigger the pie.
The more the company grows, the more it helps everybody.
Exactly. So true.
We're on
All
the
right,
same
you guys.
page. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I got to go. The kids are calling.
Thank you, Bob.
And I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll talk a little more.
Okay.
All right, thank you much. All right, bye-bye.
Right, Bob. Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, great job.
Hi, thank you for inviting me.
Great. Hey, Kim. Nice to see you here.
Thank you.
Hey, Jason. Who's here? Let's see. So we had what, 17, 18? I think we had a couple going in and out.
Yeah, we got Enagic Team Vietnam, David, me, Joseph, Kim was just on there, Sam, Joe Page, another guy invited here from Seattle area. I actually think he's in Marysville. Kyle's iPhone, Matthew, Mr. Perez, no first name, Segi, Tammy Hill's on here, Teen's phone, and that's all that I'm seeing currently. But yeah, there was as many as 18 at one